14 stars who may never return to the cinema. Goodbye, lovely ladies and gentlemen. Most of us remember which movie we found our favorite movie star when we first saw them perform and fell in love with them. But what about their latest performance? Everyone's acting careers come to an end, and often it's not because the star in question dies, but because they officially or unofficially decide to retire. While some actors have officially announced their retirement, others are quietly no longer active as actors. Maybe because they enjoy entering the final years of their life, or maybe they are simply discouraged from making movies. In this video, we will talk about 14 movie stars who have retired. Number 1. Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson is a Hollywood legend with more than 50 years of acting experience. But we may never see him play in a new movie again. The last role of the 84-year-old actor and 3-time Oscar winner was in James L. Brooks' 2010 film How Do You Know, which will probably be his last. Nicholson never officially announced his retirement, but Peter Fonda, a close friend of Nicholson's, confirmed it in a 2017 interview with Page Six, saying, "I don't want to speak for him, but he's done a lot, and he is in a good financial situation, and it is unlikely that he will return to cinema." Number 2. Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes was everywhere at the height of her career as a child and teenager. After starring in her own television show on Nickelodeon, she went on to star in several teen comedies, including She's the Man and What a Girl Wants. But after starring in the movie Easy A alongside Emma Stone, Bynes announced his retirement in 2010 through his Twitter. "If I don't feel like doing something anymore, I stop doing it," Bynes said. "I don't love acting anymore, so I leave it." Of course, I know that 24 is a young age to retire. Although Bynes, now 35, said in an interview with Paper in 2018 that he was planning to return to the movies, that hasn't happened yet. Number 3. Eva Mendes. Eva Mendes is still very famous, so fans may not have noticed that the actress hasn't acted in a movie since 2014's Lost River. In the years since, Mendes has had 2 daughters, Esmeralda and Amada, with her partner, Ryan Gosling. As it turns out, her children are a big part of why she's retired from acting for the time being. In 2020, a fan of Mendes asked her on Instagram why she hadn't been in movies for a while, and the star replied that being a mother changed everything. "As a mother now, there are a lot of roles that I'm not doing. There are a lot of topics I don't want to get involved with, so that limits my choices, and I'm fine with that. There is no need to worry because I am busy in another profession." Number 4. Daniel Day-Lewis. Paul Thomas Anderson's Phantom Thread in 2017 was the last time we saw Daniel Day-Lewis, 64, in a film role, and it's likely the last time we'll see him on screen. A statement published by Tim Day-Lewis in Variety that same year read, "Daniel Day-Lewis will no longer be an actor. He is extremely grateful to all his colleagues and audience during these years. This is a private decision, and neither he nor his representatives will comment further on the matter." However, he eventually added to his statement. In an interview with W Magazine in 2017, Day-Lewis said, "I didn't want to get bogged down in another project again. All my life I've been talking about quitting acting, and I don't know why this time was different, but the urge to quit took root in me and became an emergency. This is what I had to do." Number 5. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis, the star of the movie Die Hard and the symbol of the action movie in Hollywood, has retired from acting due to his health. This year, his family announced on social networks that the actor was diagnosed with aphasia and that this disease affected his abilities. Bruce Willis is one of the most prolific actors of the 90s, and during his career, he has given many golden movies to the cinema and to us. Unfortunately, his health condition prevents him from continuing to work in the world of acting. To Bruce-loving fans, as a family we wanted to share that our beloved Bruce has been experiencing some health issues and has recently been diagnosed with aphasia, which has affected his abilities, said a statement released by both his daughters Romer and Scott. "His language and expression have an effect. The family members published this news through Instagram and mentioned the language disorder of this American cinema legend, which is characterized by the inability to understand or express speech. It is with great consideration that Bruce leaves a career that has meant so much to him. The statement continued. His wife Emma Hemming and ex-wife Demi Moore also shared this statement on their social networks. Number 6. Jim Carrey. One of the latest stars to announce his retirement was Jim Carrey. The mask actor, who is best known for his eccentric and humorous roles, told Access Hollywood that he is leaving acting behind. Jim Carrey said, "I really love my quiet life, painting on canvas, and really my spiritual life, and I feel like, and this is probably the first time you've ever heard that from a celebrity, I've had enough. I have done enough. I am enough." But just after the Hollywood actor said he was serious about retirement, he added, "If the angels bring some kind of script written in gold ink and tell me it's going to be really important and necessary for people to see this movie, I may continue, but for now I've given up." 7. Portia de Rossi. Although Portia de Rossi briefly returned to acting for the second season of Netflix's Arrested Development reboot, the Australian actress officially retired in 2017 when she appeared as Elizabeth North in Scandal. While appearing on her wife Ellen DeGeneres' talk show in 2018, Rossi shared the news and revealed that she wanted to try something different, especially since she founded an art company called General Public. The 48-year-old actor explained, "I was approaching 45, and I was kind of wondering if there was something I'd never done before that would be really challenging and different for me. I kind of knew what acting was going to look like for me in 10 or 20 years, so I decided to give it up and start a business. I see many women in their mid-40s thinking about the next steps in life, and I didn't want to regret not trying something." Number 8. Robert Redford. With more than 60 years of experience in this profession, it makes sense that Robert Redford is ready to retire from cinema. In fact, after starring in The Old Man and the Gun in 2018, he told Entertainment Weekly that it was his last role. "Never say never, but I've pretty much come to the conclusion that this is the end of the road for me acting-wise, and after this I'm going to retire, because I've been doing it since I was 21. This 85-year-old movie star added, "I said to myself, it's enough, and why not end my work with a very good and positive film?" Since then, the former actor has fronted several voice projects, including his grandson Dylan Redford's Omniboat, a fast boat Fantasia. But it seems that her days on the silver screen are over. Number 9. Meg Ryan. Meg Ryan is known for being the queen of romantic comedies in the 80s and 90s, starring in When Harry Met Sally, You've Got Mail, and Sleepless in Seattle. Her last game was a TV show called Picture Paris in 2018. This was her first return to acting since 2015's Ithaca. So is this the end of the road for one of America's most beloved actresses? Of course, the future is hard to predict, but in 2019, Ryan, 59, told the New York Times that he was taking a break because acting was too much for her. "I felt like I was burning through different experiences in life as an actor," she said. "Somehow I was a helicopter pilot or a journalist or an alcoholic. I was present in these fast-paced lives. I didn't feel like I knew enough about myself for the world anymore to reflect that as an actor. I felt isolated." Number 10. Gene Hackman. More than 15 years have passed since we saw Gene Hackman on the screen. The last role played by the actor of Unforgiven and Royal Tenenbaums was Welcome to Moose Sport in 2004. At the age of 91, it seems unlikely that he will return to cinema again. In an interview with Empire magazine in January 2020, he said the reasons for his retirement were related to his health. "I did a stress test in New York," he said at the time. "The doctor advised me that my heart can't take any more pressure." Today, Hackman describes himself as a writer and has published 3 novels since retiring. Number 11. David Caruso. David Caruso has retired from acting after 10 years as Horatio Kane on CBS CSI Miami. Although he never made an official announcement, The show's cancellation in 2012 seemed to be a sign of this decision. Instead of finding another job in Hollywood, Crusoe opened an art gallery in California. While the former actor seems to be staying out of the limelight as much as possible these days, fans of the 65-year-old actor will no doubt always remember him for his roles on CSI as well as his work on NYPD Blue. Number 12. Lisa Bonet. Lisa Bonet started out as a child actress before she rose to fame as Dennis Huxtable on The Cosby Show. Today her life looks very different. Bonet, now 53, hasn't officially announced that she's retired from acting for good, but her recent resume speaks for itself. Although she starred in Ray Donovan in 2016 along with cameos in shows including Girls, Drunk History, and New Girl, the American actress hasn't appeared in any other work since a short film called Jelly Wolf in 2017. She has not played a role. Number 13. Terrence Howard. With a long acting career dating back to a role on All My Children in 1992, Terrence Howard found major success with the film Hustle and Flow, and later the music industry drama Empire. But shortly after the end of this series, this American actor announced that he would retire from acting despite his success. Howard, now 52, told Extra 2019, "Oh, I've given up acting. I stopped pretending." However, it seems that Terrence Howard has changed his mind. Howard has a few projects in post-production, so maybe we'll see him in new movies after all this is said. Number 14. Selma Blair. Selma Blair has starred in many popular films, including Cruel Intentions, Hellboy, and Legally Blonde, but her film career may be over. The 49-year-old star has opened up about her experience with MS and in a new documentary about her life with the disease, introducing Selma Blair, explains that her acting career is over. However, according to the interview that the American actress had with Variety magazine, it seems that she may be willing to accept another role. She said, "Yes, if a good role is offered to me. I'm not looking to force myself into a movie.